and welcome to our YouTube channel Gnan Manjari Modern School. In the previous video, we have just completed our previous chapter, and now in this video, we will start with a new chapter, that is chapter number 14, Wind and Storm. So first of all, what is wind? If I say that moving air is called wind, as we have seen in the open ground, we know that if we are standing, then the wind is coming. Sometimes it is hot also and sometimes it is cold also. So it is here given, see here on the page number 169, that is wind and storm. Moving air in the atmosphere is called wind. First of all, we will start with our topic, that is wind. So here moving air in the atmosphere is called wind. Moving air in the atmosphere is called wind. Okay, moving air in the atmosphere is called wind. It is caused because of the uneven heating of the earth by the sun. Let us see how. In your school playground, you must have noticed that some areas are warmer than the other areas. For example, a cement surface will be hotter than a pitch of grass. This is because certain areas absorb more heat than others. Therefore, the air above the surface will absorb different amount of the heat. Then after, you know that air expands on heating. As air gets warmer, its particles spread out. The reverse happens when air cools down. Its density increases and it becomes heavier. Thus, due to uneven heating of the as warmer air rises, cooler air from the surrounding rushes in to take its place. This is how wind blows. Here, some of the surfaces just are hot and some of the surfaces are cold. Why? Because some of the surfaces absorb more heat than the other. So what will happen? This heat will interchange. Cold wind, okay, so the wind will there over it. Then after, here the uneven heating of the earth is also responsible for the monsoon winds. Monsoon winds are seasonal rain-bearing winds that blows from the southwest in summer and the northeast in winter. They are closely related to the heat and cooling of the earth's surface. In place close to the equator, the land becomes very hot during summer. Consequently, air over the land is hotter than the air over the ocean. Warmer air rises and cool rain bearing air from the ocean rushes in to take its place. This is how the monsoon winds are set. So, if I just explain in the practically, if I say that here is a sun, okay, sun, and here is the sea or ocean, okay, here is the sea or ocean, okay, here is the sea or the ocean, and here it is the land. From here it is the land. So what happens for the rain? Due to the sun, the water will evaporate. Water will evaporate, okay. Then after this evaporated water will form a cloud. And this will transfer towards the land. Why? Because due to the high pressure and low pressure, this will travel towards the land. And then after, at certain temperature, weather condition, the rain will fall. Okay, at certain weather and condition, the rain will be fall. So in this way, the rain is formed. And then again, the unused water will go towards the sea or the ocean. Okay, students, moving further. Here is comes the air pressure. So what is air pressure? First of all, the expansion of warm air and contraction of the cold air are closely connected to a physical quantity of air called air pressure. Okay, see, I am just writing the definition of the word. Here, air pressure air pressure. So what is air pressure? The expansion of warm air and contraction of cold air are closely connected to a physical quantity of air called air pressure. Okay, it's called the air pressure. So first of all, we talked about the wind. That what is wind? Moving air in the atmosphere is called wind. And then after, air pressure, the expansion of warm air and contraction of the cold air are closely connected to a physical quantity of air called air pressure. Okay, so this both, and there is an activity. Let us see that first of all. Here, to show that the air around us exists pressure, materials needed: a thin metal can of a soft drink, a stove stand, stove burner, a sink, a pair of tongues, some atta, and some water. Here to be performed under the supervision method. Fill 1/3 of the tin can with water, place it on the stand above a stove or Bunsen burner till the water boils. Make sure a lot of steam escapes. With adult help, remove the tin can from the fire, pour out the boiling water and quickly seal the opening of the tin can with the dough. Pour some cold water on the sealed can. What you will see? Observation: you will see that the tin can literally crumps up when water is poured on the can. Conclusion: in ordinary situation, the air present inside the can would push wall outward, while the air inside the can push the wall inward. The two forces cancel each other out and the tin can remains intact. But when water boils, the steam formed pushes almost the air out of the can. Seal the can further creates a near vacuum, thus there is almost no air inside the tin can. To counter the pressure of the air from the outside, the pressure of the air outside can crushes the tin can. Okay, in this the tin can crushes. How? First of all, if we say that we have to heat and boil the water inside it, and then after we put a dough out above it and to seal the hole, and then after we just pour a cold water, then the tin can will just combine. Okay, and then after here comes temperature affects air pressure. Temperature affects air pressure. Let us see that. Temperature affects air pressure. How it affects? Let us see. Temperature affects air pressure. So, how it affects? Let us see that air pressure depends on the temperature of the place. A place at lower temperature usually have higher pressure than the place at the higher temperature. Air moves from an area of high pressure to area of the lower pressure. Here first, they are just telling air, a place at lower temperature, a place at a lower temperature usually has a higher pressure than a place at a higher temperature. A place at higher temperature. Okay. Temperature effects on air pressure. How it affects? See, a place at lower temperature usually has a higher pressure than a place at higher temperature. Means, if I say that in a place where there is an open ground and where the temperature is low, then what happens? There in the open, the cooler region, the pressure will be high, and the hotter region, the place where there is high temperature, there will be pressure low. Okay, students, what? A place at a lower temperature usually has a higher pressure, and a place at higher temperature, the pressure will be low. Okay, students, so this air will move from this side to, that means higher pressure, to the lower pressure. Okay, and then after here it is moving air and lift. Moving air and lift. Here, when air blows in the horizontal direction, the pressure is lower in places where it moves faster than at places where it moves slower. This effect provides a lift. Let us see how. Here you can see, to show that moving air provides lift, a strip of the thin paper such as newspaper. Okay, hold one end of the paper strip with your finger. You can see that the strip hand down. Okay, then after, now bring the strip just below mouth and below top of it a horizontal direction. What do you observe? You will blow on the top of the strip, the paper rises up. This means that the air present below the paper strip pushes it upside. Okay, here they are just telling you have to take a strip, this much strip of the newspaper or anything else paper, this much strip. Okay, this much. And then after, what you just do is you have to just keep here near your mouth, and on the top you have to blow the air. Then you can see that the newspaper strip will come up slowly. Okay students, this is the experiment. And then after, in the above activity, the strip of paper rises up when air is blown on it. When we blow air, the air above the strip of the paper moves at a greater speed than the air below it. This produces a region of the lower pressure over the strip of the paper as compared to the region below it. The air from below therefore pushes up the strip of paper, making it up rise. The same effect multiplies manifold when wind blows at the great speed over roof of the house during a storm. There is a drop in air pressure over the rooftop. Thus, the pressure inside the house is greater than the pressure outside. This imbalance can blow off the roof if it is not firmly fixed. Okay, here we know about the rooftop. Okay, so in the roof, what happens? It is over that side. It is due to the open place. There will be temperature little bit change on the temperature. Then what happen? Due to that, the air will move over that, and then after it can, if we haven't fixed the roof properly, then what will happen? It will just, roof will come out of it if we haven't fixed it well. Okay, due to this air pressure. Then after, just moving further, there are some of the characteristics of the wind. Okay, so let us see the characteristics of the wind one by one. Characteristics of wind. In order to estimate the effects of the wind, we need to know two basic parameters. First parameter, that is wind direction, which tells us where it is headed. And the second one, the first one is wind direction, which tells us where it is headed. And the second one, that is wind speed, which tells us whether the wind is gentle or if it is furious. Okay, so this are the two parameters on which we can just make the characteristics, that which wind direction, which tells us where it is headed. Then after the second parameter, wind speed, which tells us whether this wind is gentle or it is furious. Means wind is gentle means if I say it is lower wind means it is normal, and then furious means the high wind. High wind is there, then it is known as the furious wind. Okay students, and here we just keep up to here, and in your homework what you just do is, in your homework in your homework definition of wind, then after air pressure, then after the effect of temperature, that you have to write, effect of temperature, then after also the characteristics of wind. Okay, this thing you have to write down one time, read and write. Okay students, we will meet in the next video. Bye students.